My friend mocked my body in front of our coworkers, so I snapped at her. I have big front airbags. You go, girl.
Yeah!
You do.
Let's go!
I'm currently 52 kilograms, and there's nothing I can do to change the size of these things unless I have surgery. I'm also extremely shy and from a very conservative family, so my resentment and shame towards my bust is an ongoing issue.
Hey, you never
Stop
have.
it!
Why do they call it that?
You never have
it's
to be
called.
ashamed of your bust.
That's what it's called.
Ew!
When you know,
Only dudes do that.
no, it's not. No,
First
babe.
of all, that's not true. Second of all,
When you take measurements.
second of all, bust.
When you take shut up. When you take measurements, that you get the measurement of your bust.
Bust.
And then those little, you know those little statues, Riley, that are of the guys' faces and like their shoulders and like their chest, basically. That whole thing is called a bust.
I got a bust?
Well,
could
you
get a
don't have a
bust.
bust.
I'm confused. Do Jews men have buses or not?
Well, I guess, yeah. Well, I actually don't know if you would refer to that as a bust.
Do you have a bust?
Man.
Busty.
Oh, that's why they say she's so busted.
Yeah, no, I was just making the
I thought it was because her jeans were too tight that it looked like they were gonna
Bust.
bust open.
Lord have mercy. I'm about to bust.
We're learning a lot of things in this live stream.
Education.
Education.
By the way, this comes from a username, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie,
I'm Dakota.
I'm Riley.
and we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. Riley doesn't even know what a bust is.
I'm learning.
And we're just gonna guess what we would do in this situation, but let us know what you would do down in the comments below. OP says, my friend Sarah is one of those unfiltered free thinkers who says whatever's on her mind. Gosh, I wonder if I know anyone like that.
Bust. Oh no. Oh no.
She's also slim, and her chest is very much in proportion to the rest of her body. We work together, and I'm always secretly jealous of how great shirts and tops look on her, whereas I feel like I look very sloppy and unprofessional with oversized, ill-fitting clothes. Sarah has this way of always bringing up my front airbags in conversation, starting off complimentary, but often ending with a subtle insult. She knows they're a physical feature that I'm uncomfortable with, but doesn't let up. Examples of things that she'll say are how my front airbags look good now, but give it a few years and they'll be down to my knees, ha ha ha. Or she'll show me comments on Reddit where people are discussing chest size preferences, and most are commenting how much they prefer a smaller bust over large. Or just a general reminder of how work or men will never take me seriously because of my cartoon front airbags. I know she's trying to have lighthearted fun, but it gets to me, and I've told her a few times to drop it before. Now that we're working from home, we all have daily video calls and meetings. Uniform is not necessary, and we can wear what we like. A few days ago, it was extremely hot, and I was wearing a lighter, more revealing top than my usual baggy cover-ups. And during this video call, in front of 6 other colleagues, Sarah starts vocalizing her thoughts on my appearance. Holy crap! Put those away! You look like you're in a what? In a corno? We don't need to see that first thing in the morning. Ha 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 ha.
This is where you go directly to whatever supervisory department is in your company and you go, her comments about my appearance made me deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I would appreciate if she would reprimanded and formally warned to not refer to me in such a way.
Yeah. I was mortified. One other colleague laughed along, but the rest looked uncomfortable. I felt close to tears, made an excuse, and left the meeting. Sarah called me up half an hour later asking me what was wrong, and I went off on her.
Let's go.
I told her to go F herself and that I was sick of her constant jabs about my appearance. I went on a 10-minute tirade and hung up. Sarah has been off sick since that day, and we haven't spoken again. I'm wondering if I was too harsh and maybe should call and apologize for my outburst. Was I the a-hole? And we do have some relevant comments comments here, but what do we think, people in the room?
No, I don't think you were off for that. You put up with it for a long time, and I think she should probably get fired, honestly.
Yeah. Public apology on the Zoom meeting. Trying
Honestly,
to get everyone to be like, I am sorry. This is what I said.
Yeah.
Verbatim. And I am deeply sorry.
honestly, that
But
sounds
see, I don't
like
know
what
if OP would even
HR
want
would
that.
do.
I would want that.
Because then it just brings more attention to
OP's bazookas. Yeah.
the situation.
But we got some comments here. Nanny Liv says, info, have you been clear before about how you feel about her comments? OP says, yes, several times. I had even opened up to her a few years ago about my personal insecurities stemming mainly from my family making me feel ashamed of them. Sarah is fully aware that it's a sensitive issue. We got an edit number 1. I'm fuming. I just spoke with a colleague, John, who was part of the video call that day, and he told me that Sarah's been telling everyone that it's me that's been bullying her and making her feel insecure about her appearance.
What?
See, we've got that jealousy thing.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
got a case of the jealousy thing. Yikes. When she made those comments during the meeting, it was in retaliation to how I've made her feel. Apparently, I said she looks like a boy and called her flat-chested and ugly several times in the past. I have never and would never say this. I don't even understand the stupid boy body insult because a small bust has always looked very beautiful and classy in my eyes. Anyway, John knows that she's full of crap and has suggested that we speak with HR. The others will also back me up. I know most people here suggested to do this, and I wasn't sure at first, but F it. I'm reporting her. I don't know why I even considered her a friend. She's effing mental and annoying. And we do have a second update, people.
Yeah, hey.
Let's go.
HR yesterday is when
Yeah.
that needed to happen.
Yeah. honestly.
HR immediately.
Yep. Edit number 2. I now feel stupid for even asking the question, am I the a-hole? I thought I may have been at one point because the video call was amongst mostly workmates rather than clients, and I wasn't sure if my sensitivity towards my body image made me overreact to a joke that could have been innocent. I now realize it wasn't. I've also spoken to another coworker who is closer to Sarah, and she thinks Sarah may have already reported me to HR. What? She said the phone conversation we had after the meeting was filled with harmful bullying language and physical threats. It wasn't a pleasant phone call, but the worst thing I said was she should go F herself and that I didn't want to speak to her again. The rest of the conversation was just rehashing all the comments she made about my body and how it made me feel. She also claimed that I have been making inappropriate jokes about her appearance and work ethic through the years, and this confrontation was a long time coming. She also suggested that I've convinced the guys in the office to take my side by being a flirt and a tease. Did I mention that I'm stupidly shy? My head is swimming, and I think I may be dealing with an actual psycho. I don't know how it's come to this ridiculous level of craziness. All I wanted to do was get on with my effing work in peace and get through this crappy time. But now I have to deal with this BS. Just to answer a few questions I've seen. I've contacted HR with my complaint. I have a lot of old text messages and emails with comments and memes Sarah has sent making fun of my chest size. There you go, get the receipts.
Oh, shoot.
John and other colleagues are fully supporting me as well as my manager. It will take a while for them to get back to me, but I'm confident that things will be sorted and Sarah will be dealt with. My front airbags alone aren't 5 kilograms, which is 114 pounds.
Dang.
My overall weight is 52 kilograms. I mentioned this because my chest seems much larger on my small frame, making clothes that others wear look nice in look completely gaudy and cheap on me. I can't lose any more weight to make a difference on my bust size. I won't get surgery, but I have been working on my body image issues, which my shyness and upbringing did a number on. People's comments don't usually devastate me as they once did, but Sarah obviously tried her best to break me down. Thank you to all for clothing suggestions. I will definitely look into tailoring some tops and have spent some time checking out Bravissimo, which looks great. In hindsight, I should have confronted Sarah more sternly in the past, but I guess I was trying to avoid conflict. Others have suggested I may have allowed her to gaslight me, which may be true. I just want to move on at this point. We do have a second update. Whoa, we've got a second update, people. Wake up, Riley, we've got a second update.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Anything before we get into it?
I believe that whatever you're gifted with is the most beautiful thing, and no matter what other people say.
Agreed.
That's great.
Yep. And hopefully the slut shamer shames her way to another company
There you go. Update number
She's not
2.
even a sleuth. She's just a shamer.
Shamer.
She's an accusatory sleuth shamer. Wait, accusatory sleuter / shamer.
A sleeper.
Basically,
That's what she is.
banana.
Update number 2. The coworker, Lucy, who keeps in contact with Sarah and told me earlier that Sarah may have reported me to HR, has just phoned to tell me that Sarah has suffered a serious panic attack. Lucy does not want to take sides, but has suggested that I reconsider taking drastic action. Sarah is too unwell to talk to me herself, but has asked I drop my complaint and she will drop hers, citing the whole thing as a misunderstanding and stress-induced disagreement. I have had panic attacks before in my life, and I seriously felt like I was going to pass away. It's a horrible feeling, and if Sarah has honestly just had one herself, then I don't want to push her too far. Sarah has asked to move teams so we don't directly work with one another, but it doesn't seem that she wants to apologize yet. And just to clarify, to people who assume that I was wearing a bikini top or a tube top during the meeting, I wasn't. It was a short-sleeved plain t-shirt which hugged my front airbags more than my usual baggy tops. I don't like to hold grudges, and I think getting her fired during a time like this may be a crappy thing to do.
No, she should get fired from her actions. She's freaking out because she's realizing that her actions have consequences.
Exactly.
Boo-hoo.
Exactly. I feel she has already punished herself by displaying this messed up behavior to others and losing a lot of respect from coworkers. If we don't ever have to interact with one another, I'm up for that. I have a suspicion that Sarah may have found this post and read it, which I thought I would feel bad about, but I really don't care. And we do have a third update.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
It better be this woman getting transferred or whatever.
Update number 3. I'm not dropping any of the complaints. Woohoo!
Let's freaking go. F you, Sarah. Sarah doesn't smile. Am I right? Get it?
You're so right. I don't get it.
It's
but
the song Sarah Smiles by Panic at the Disco.
Okay. It,
Sarah
sounded
doesn't
familiar.
smile anymore because she just got told out.
Sure. Dakota got all his power from that. Sarah, F you, Michelle, and I have spoken. And although it started off promising, she is mentally unhinged and without a conscience. I did not realize how deep her hatred runs. Not only did she mock all of those things that I told her in confidence about the way my family treated me growing up, she accused me of effing every guy from work to get ahead. Oh my God. That is crazy.
That's wild.
Now, I know where some of those fake office rumors about me came from. I've been such a naive idiot and allowed my shyness and aversion to conflict to stop me from fighting people who manipulate and walk all over me. I don't need this misery in my life. If she's reading this, get professional help immediately. I know you desperately fancy John, and as you said, despise the way he looks at me. I know it bothers you that he took my side and has been a great support. Maybe I will go for drinks with him when lockdown ends. If I don't make any new updates, just assume that the right person was reprimanded and faced the consequences of their words and actions. And we have a 4th update from 18 days later.
Yeah, baby.
Opie and John?
Dude, OP and
Really?
John?
I didn't know there was going to be a little love romance in this.
Listen.
Hot take.
What?
Do you think Johnny
Bazanga.
what's this woman's name? Lucy?
Sarah.
Sarah. Sarah doesn't smile. That's right. Do you think Sarah likes John and she knew that John was into OP because of her Bentleys, and now she's like, oh, I'm gonna spread this office rumor so she gets fired?
It
Well,
could
I mean,
be.
yeah.
I just think she's a dirty little snake.
She did
Yeah.
just say, I know you like
Dirty
John.
little jealous snake.
And I know you hate how he looks at me.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. And so she's like, well, maybe I will take him out when all this is over.
Yep. This is a movie.
Yeah, I think all of it is it's just all mixed in there. So update number 4, 18 days later. HR meeting call with supervisor went well. The main incident in my original post wasn't recorded, but all 6 colleagues wrote a statement confirming what Sarah had said and how inappropriate it was. I didn't realize, but John had also asked others who work with us if they at any point heard Sarah attack my character or physical appearance in a cruel or improper manner, and if they did, would they be willing to write a statement? Apparently, she has been saying quite a few outrageous things behind my back, and it seems that a lot of the hurtful office gossip about me did originate from her. I submitted a few examples of messages and emails sent by Sarah during work hours, taking jokes about my appearance too far. I also included the messages where I asked her to stop causing attention at work, as I am extremely uncomfortable with others regarding me in that way. Her claims of my bullying and her calling her flat-chested and ugly at work were dismissed, as she couldn't specify dates or find anyone to corroborate her story or even provide any examples of me ever being hostile or unprofessional.
Boom, get roasted,
Get
Sarah.
freaking roasted, dude.
You can't just make slop out of thin air.
Exactly. The phone call we had after the video team meeting, where she claims I used threatening language against her, was also disregarded as no recording was made, and it was her word against mine.
Boom.
Luckily-
Again, get roasted.
Luckily, I don't think they believed her on this point, as I've never displayed anything near the type of aggressive behavior she was accusing me of, and my character references had me down as the quiet sort who gets on with work. While things were being reviewed, Sarah decided to quit. She's still adamant that I bullied and threatened her and felt no choice but to leave the toxic environment that I created.
What?
Whatever, dude.
What even is this?
What a
Lies.
dork.
Whatever. I've been reassured that there was no wrongdoing on my part, except that I should have reported things much sooner when appropriate comments first started. From what I gather, Sarah's general behavior at work has raised concerns for a while, and I wasn't the first to complain about her. Oh wow. Some people were confused as to why I had considered her a friend in the beginning. When I joined the team 3 years ago, it was my first job out of uni, and I was incredibly nervous, but Sarah was the first to ask me questions and offer to hang out. So she was a bit overbearing and rambunctious, but I appreciated her efforts to get to know me and coax me out of my shell. And I would really appreciate it if you listen to full episodes with more stories just like this one. Just go to Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Search OK Storytime.
Okay.
And there's a bit more. I'm just going to jump right into it.
Storytime.
We often did have a good laugh, despite her sometimes making a joke at my expense, but I tried not to take it to heart and occasionally reminded her to wind it in and be more considerate of my feelings. It's only been during the past 8 or so months when she's become especially rude and callous. I still referred to her as a friend of sorts, but I never thought she would take things as far as she did. Edit. I stepped away to talk to John for a while and let him know what a great guy a lot of people think he is. His little smile was adorable. Despite the misery at work I had to go through for a while, everything has turned out pretty amazing. I do love my job now that I can actually get on with it without the office drama. Finding out how my other coworkers feel about me has been incredibly reassuring, and we've now set up a weekly virtual pub night. My outlook has improved massively, and I'm taking steps to manage my anxieties and put aside past negativity. And that's the end of that story.
My friend dropped me one day before her wedding, and now I'm considering filing a case.
Ooh, well, did she drop and then boot ya?
I was dropped as a bridesmaid just 2 hours after the rehearsal dinner. B and Allie are my college friends. B asked me and Allie to be bridesmaids when B got engaged. We all became friends during nursing school, and Allie and B graduated together since they had to retake a class after our first semester together. I helped them study, invited them to my wedding when I got married, and we were all happy for B. By the way, this comes from user NoTangerine2001, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
And I'm Angie.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give you good advice goofily. We don't have all the answers. We only know what we would do, so if you do something different, well, just let us know in the comments. And OP says, the trouble started when I couldn't make the rehearsal walkthrough this afternoon due to being too tired after my overnight shift as a nurse. It was the 3rd day in a row. I texted B apologizing and confirmed I'd make it to the other festivities. Allie, also sick, couldn't attend the rehearsal walk or dinner, and B seemed okay with things. As I was getting ready for the rehearsal dinner, B's attitude shifted and intensified when she changed the schedule last minute for the wedding tomorrow, making us arrive an hour early. I texted B, but she didn't reply, clarifying her text and the previous times. No reply, so I texted the Maid of Honor, her sister. She gave me 3 options. I informed her my makeup appointment had us done at 11, but we wouldn't make it to the venue until after. The bride was now requesting us to be there at 11, ready to go, since we missed the walkthrough of the venue in the afternoon. The ceremony starts at around 5. The bride had a mini rehearsal for 11:30 and wanted the bridesmaids in the venue at 10:30. I explained to the Maid of Honor that the bride previously agreed with me and Allie weeks ago to allow us to get there at noon. It was a very short notice for my makeup artist. The Maid of Honor gave me 3 options. I have my makeup done at the parking lot, do my own makeup, or don't come. She seemed cold, so I wanted to clarify if me and Allie were welcome. She assured me we were, but they weren't going to accommodate the noon time the bride previously told us, and we needed to be there by 11. I didn't reply to her text after that. Feeling pressured, I called my makeup artist, and initially she couldn't come that early because of her kiddos, but she ended up making arrangements to meet up earlier for me and Allie. I had this figured out before the rehearsal dinner, which I attended with my husband an hour later. I had one mini panic attack in the car, but I pushed through and made it to the rehearsal dinner. During dinner, the bride never talked to me.
The bride is like a host at that thing. Like, you gotta make your rounds as the bride.
Why are we making our own wedding more difficult?
Come on.
You're starting your own drama. Her mom welcomed me, and when I went to say hi to the bride, she gave a brief smile and turned back to her friend. Oh my God. She just wants drama. I know people like this. They're the worst. Which was odd and made me nervous. She's usually very warm and welcoming. Later on, the Maid of Honor was a bit cold with me and asked what I was going to do. I informed her I figured it out and I'm going to be there at 11. Things felt tense and my heart was breaking. Friend Allie couldn't make it because she was sick, and I felt bad not having her there either. I made small talk with the table and got everyone to share their Netflix picks this week. The rehearsal dinner ended when the father made an announcement that those staying at the hotel a few blocks down were welcome to mingle in the lobby for a few. Everyone got up fast and started leaving quickly, so me and my husband went home since our sitter time was limited and we lived 10 minutes away. When I got home, I finished the bride's hair extension order and put it in a gift bag. She wanted custom hair extensions for her wedding. She wanted the extensions as a gift. In exchange, she agreed to allow me to use a wedding photo to promote my business. I spent roughly $600 finding the best hair extensions for her. I had to order 3 sets to find the perfect match for her, and eventually had to choose 1 set to custom dye. I packaged the gift and texted the mother of the bride. No answer. An hour later, I texted the bride. No answer. The Maid of Honor texted right away to inform me that I was unwelcome at the wedding tomorrow.
What?
Oh my gosh.
What?
That is just so insane to me, because I was already just like, no, never take publicity as payment. But then it's
Well,
like,
it's also supposed to be one of your closest friends.
Yeah.
Which, like, by the way, if one of your closest friends wants your services, they should pay you.
for sure.
Because they're your friend.
For sure. I could understand. I guess, yeah, I forgot they were like close or whatever. Everything that I've heard so far doesn't seem like they're close, so I forgot about that.
Yeah, I wonder where
But-
is this coming from?
Yeah.
Does she think you and Allie like conspired against her or
Ooh,
something?
probably,
But
yeah.
So-
Allie's sick. You're all nurses.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Come on.
Opie says I was shocked, sad, and hurt. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't think you did anything wrong. Allie, B, and me all communicated in a group text. It seems like Allie is still invited. She's going to come over to have my makeup artist glam her up, and I'm going to be doing her hair. We think there's a chance Allie might get turned away at the door. I don't know. I'm confused. Can someone point out what I did wrong? I got home at 10 a.m. today. The venue is about 40 minutes away in a different town. They got a hotel in the city for their out-of-town guests. The hotel is really nice, upscale, and there's more to see and do. The venue town doesn't have nice hotel options. The rehearsal was at 1 p.m. I work overnight shifts that typically last 12 to 13 hours. I'm new to nights, so please take that into consideration, especially if you work those shifts consecutively. And for those who keep asking about Uber, I can't afford it at the moment. I had a big expense when my dog passed away this month. Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
And in regards to the nursing job, I'm new to working nights. It's really hard on your body to adjust. I've had an accident in the past because of sleep deprivation. I don't want to pass away or hurt someone because of my sleep deprivation. Also, I am a new grad. December was my transition period to nights with my preceptor. Very early on, I was denied the day off. I asked my manager again, and she agreed to allow me to have the day, but was very stern in informing me that December we have blackout dates and that I would be working the day before the wedding, to be fair. Since I'm a new nurse, I'm not able to do my schedule period till I'm off orientation. I'm able to pick days this new schedule cycle, January through February, since I'll be without a preceptor and on my own. In regards to rides, me and my husband work opposite schedules. My son is on school break as well. He's 10. Finances, I've spent a lot of money and time to be a part of this wedding. Right now, I'm financially tight with unexpected expenses like my dog passing away. Edit number 1. Allie didn't get turned away. She sent me a text that B was excited and acting bubbly like nothing happened. She thinks it was probably the Maid of Honor who influenced B. Allie thinks we could still talk things out, but I don't think so. The damage is done. Edit number 2. They had on the itinerary that rehearsal was at 11:30. Allie got there a little late, maybe 11:20 instead of 11. They had an early rehearsal without her, so she missed it. They said she's fine and everyone was bubbly and happy. I'm starting to think it's me. I'm on the thicker side and 10 years older than the rest of the bridesmaids. Maybe it's my insecurities. Every text I sent her was including me and Allie, since we're getting everything done together, and when the bride asked questions. Edit number 3. B is kinda OCD on some things. I know she wanted an even number of grooms and brides. There's an even number now. I know that might have been a stressor. One of our friends from nursing decided not to go to the wedding and came over to cheer me up. I encouraged her to go still, but she didn't like the way this went down and lost respect for B.
Okay.
Edit number 4. Allie's boyfriend just texted me that my name is still on the guest list in the event. Edit number 5. I did the cost calculation of the basic stuff I spent money on and it came out to $548. I sent a Venmo request and a text. I'm blocked, so I'm not surprised. I might take it to small claims, or maybe not. If anything else happens, I'll update. Thank you everyone for the comments. You gonna take it to small claims? That'd be great. You get this on Judge Judy.
I mean, do you think she'd be able to if they didn't have a contract?
I don't know. Judy will have to decide.
Judy, let us know. Get
Judy,
her on the pod.
You mischievous
I bet she
scamp.
would.
Judy, you've done it again.
Done it again. Actually, I don't think it would.
We do have an update.
What are we gonna find out?
We're going to court.
Uh-oh.
I think.
You think?
So, first off, thanks for all sharing your opinions and for being encouraging. So, I sent them a request on Venmo a while back, kinda forgot about it. The bride just sent me a long email basically stating she invested money in me and that I owe her.
What? For what? What'd
You
you do?
uninvited me from your wedding, dumbass!
Yeah.
I owe you nothing!
Yeah. What's this about? What's this about?
Her reasoning is special. Let me just say that. I was going to leave it alone, but after she stated I owed her, my feelings changed. I will update again in the future. Update 2.
Oh my gosh, please tell us what she thinks you owe her for. Please.
I'm considering filing a small claims case against the bride. I would like to know your experiences and how things ended up. We have comments. Comment 1, I'm no lawyer, but your other post said you agreed to cover the expense of the hair extension as a gift. In exchange, she agreed you could use some of her wedding photos to promote yourself. But then when you were ready to apply the extensions, bride didn't answer and her maid of honor told you you were from the wedding. So you still have the extensions and didn't apply them to her, right? So unless you've got it in writing that she was supposed to pay you back for the extensions themselves, either in cash or in the monetary equivalent of some other goods and services, I think you'll have a hard time winning. She wasn't able to benefit from your service. She didn't actually get the extensions you made, which is why there's no photos of your work for you to use. It sounds like that was the extent of your agreement. I understand you bought them specifically for her and that hair extensions aren't really a thing you can return or refund, but since you said this was a gift and you still have them, this sounds like it'd be a difficult case to win. And that's the end of that story.
My friend exposed my secret because I didn't agree to what she wanted.
She exposed herself as a nasty little goblin lady.
So, Joyce and I were best friends for 10 years. She was the sister I never had, and she came from a really bad home life, so she unofficially joined our family, even spending some Christmases at my mom's with me. By the way, this comes from El Drama Llama, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit, and I'm Angie.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We're just gonna guess what we would do in this situation, so let us know what you would do in the comments. So, OP says, we met at my high school job when I was 17. We hit it off immediately, and she offered me a Starbucks and declined my offer to pay her back. It sounds silly, but that's how an amazing friendship started. In 10 years, we somehow never really had a disagreement, and maybe that's the reason I never saw what happened coming. Last year, Joyce and her fiance got pregnant, and everyone was beyond ecstatic. She immediately asked me to be the godmother. I planned their entire gender reveal. We planned her baby shower together, and she asked me to be her birth room photographer when little baby R was born. It was hands down the most beautiful experience of my life. Right before the birth, I had a planned trip. During this trip, I got some perspective I didn't know I needed. I had been in a 2+ year relationship with a wonderful man who had an engagement ring purchased, but the time apart made me realize that we really shouldn't get married. I decided to end things upon my return. During the trip, my mom was dealing with the impending passing of her father, and we got into a terrible fight where she said some pretty nasty things. So in addition to losing my romantic relationship, I was also grappling with the loss of a parental relationship. I was an absolute mess. I was 30 pounds underweight. It was a dark time. Joyce and I had always made a habit of staying with each other during dark times. I went to her house just a few days before she gave birth and pretty much just slept the entire time. I was jet lagged by 15 hours. We vegged and eventually I went back home. She gave birth and things were good. After a few months, she and her fiance started looking towards their wedding. They chose a date in early 2020. She had already asked me to be her maid of honor pre-pregnancy, but now the excitement was in full swing. There was something else in full swing too, though. Postpartum depression. That old thing. She was handling it well, but it was definitely coloring interactions. The wedding gave her something happy to focus on. She chose a destination wedding in Hawaii. Around this time, my mom sent her baby gifts, and she texted me saying that she wanted to be respectful of the falling out my mom and I were having. She asked me if I would mind if she called her or saw her. My exact words were, "I absolutely don't mind at all. She's my mom. We will fix things. All I ask is that you make it about you two and don't bring me up at all." And she's sneaky and manipulative, so please just leave any mentions she may make at, "Look, I really don't want to get involved, but hopefully you guys patch things up soon." She immediately agreed and emphasized that she would never cross that line. The months go by and I've still heard nothing from my mom. I've decided that there's nothing tying me to the area, no parents, no relationships. I'm ready for a fresh start. I make plans to move within the next 12 months. I also wanted to backpack long term around the world. In this time, I also started dating someone casually, a woman named Rose. I had always known I was bi, but I never had actually dated a woman. There was a very specific reason my ex-boyfriend and I had not worked out. Now, while chatting with Joyce about wedding planning, I mentioned flying in for her wedding and how I wonder where I'll be. But her reaction is, "Wait, that's after the wedding though, right?" I'm confused. No, the wedding is 2 years away. A few days later, she sends me a lengthy text asking how I expect to be maid of honor if I don't even live in town. How could I possibly help plan the wedding from so far away? I respond that lots of best friends are another's maid of honor while living in different places. Also, the wedding is in Hawaii, so isn't everyone planning from a distance?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what?
Not everyone lives in Hawaii.
Yeah, I don't think this girl does.
Aloha, aloha, yeah.
There you go.
Who's in the ocean?
I say I would respect whatever choice she thought was best. I explicitly asked if she expected me to put my life on hold for the 2 years. She basically says if I want to be her maid of honor, then yes. She asks if I'll be flying out for the wedding in early 2020 and the bachelorette party. I tell her, of course. Then she drops no. The bachelorette party is in Vegas, summer of 2019. I had not heard about any of this. I tell her, Joyce, even if I didn't move, I could not afford 2 separate vacations 6 months apart. But I promise you, I would not miss your wedding for the world, and I'll help plan absolutely everything. She totally snaps and asks me what the point of having a maid of honor was who couldn't even come to any wedding events. I respond that I love her. I would be honored to be her maid of honor, but if she wanted to ask someone else, then it was her wedding and I would respect that. She texts me a few days later saying she asked her cousin to be her maid of honor. So then she did. She went ahead and got a different one. Look at that.
Look at that. It's almost like you could have just done that the whole time.
Yeah, my feelings were pretty hurt, but I had told her that I was okay with it. Then one day, she posts on Facebook that her and her fiance eloped. Oh, look at that.
After all that bullshit,
yeah.
You're going to do an elopement?
Dude, I was floored that she hadn't even shared that with me, that they were doing it at all. And I find out through Facebook. Before I can text her anything, she texts me, "I saw your mom today. Just wanted to let you know." I'm stunned. That was 3+ months ago, so I felt like a heads up prior would have been respectful. And this text was just so rude. The conversation goes, "Oh, that's interesting."
Oh, why is that?
"Oh, that was just a generic response. LOL. I almost texted, sorry to hear it, but I didn't want to be mean."
Well, I figured it wasn't a big deal.
It's not. Thank you for texting me.
Yep.
And 5 minutes later,
"Hey, can you do me a huge favor? When my old best friend comes back down to earth, the one that I've known, trusted, and respected for the last decade, give her the memo. I'd love to catch up. Thanks."
dude, I don't want to fight, but that could not have been more unnecessary. And I ended up just calling her. Yeah, that's a crazy thing to say.
Insane.
That's so crazy. She's much softer on the phone, and I find out that she invited my mom to celebrate her elopement. What? You invited my mom and not me? I thought we were the ones that were friends. Huh?
You're
What's
just
up with that?
stinky little rotten olive.
That's so weird. I'm trying so hard to keep it together. She then starts telling me that I need to call my mom, and she explains how sad the situation was making my mom. What?
What does your mom have to do with any of this?
Yeah, OP literally says, stop. What? Why would I have been discussed in any capacity? That was my one request. And then this girl says, oh, well, she just wanted to know how you were doing.
Oh!
And da-da-da-da-da.
I forgot. This is her estranged mother.
You have a rough relationship. So Opie says, then she can call me Joyce. But she says she thinks you don't want to talk to her. Joyce, I don't need to explain my relationship with my mom to you. She played you like I said she would. Dude, you weren't there. She's so sad. Well, she needs to figure her crap out, and you need to stay out of mine. She keeps protesting when I have a horrible realization. You did not tell her about Rose, did you? Long silence. Well, I did know it was a secret. I finally lost it. It's not a secret. My dad knows about Rose. My coworkers know about Rose. People who care about me know about Rose. My mom is not one of those people, and I so explicitly told her to not mention me at all if she saw my mom. First, I'm screaming at her. Then, I'm crying. I have never felt more betrayed and violated. She immediately realizes exactly how bad she effed up and starts backtracking. I just tell her I can't handle her right now, and I had to go. I sat on my garage floor crying for hours. Everyone agrees that she did what she did because she had an axe to grind with me over the wedding stuff. It wasn't an accident. She just regretted it immediately.
Yeah, she just regretted blowing up her entire friendship permanently with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That's the least you could do, is regret it. I texted her that I needed some space. A few days later, she says she needs space too.
Oh, shut up.
So she's going to unfriend me on all social media.
Great, thanks.
A few weeks later, she messages me saying she wanted to see if we could make good. I sent her a lengthy message saying our friendship was never not good to me, but her actions were so out of line and unacceptable, and I never got a real apology aside from her yelling, I'm sorry. While I was hyperventilating, she sends me back a scathing message saying all kinds of super effed up things about what a horrible friend I had been. One of the wrongs that she cited was the weekend I stayed with her after the breakup and how you just slept the whole time and barely even talked to me. It's like, yeah, I wasn't staying with you to celebrate you. I was staying with you because I needed help from breaking up with my boyfriend. It was a hard thing, okay?
I wish we could have just been like, yeah, you know what, you're right. Let's meet up and then just ghost her.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
She does. She deserves all the ghostings in the world. She told me I had some of her clothes and to put them in the mail and blocked me on everything. Well, Rose and I got too serious to stay casual, and I decided I would relocate with her, and that's what I did. I had some shoes of Joyce's that I dropped at her husband's parents' business 5+ months after our fight. I attached a letter thanking her for all the years of friendship and saying I would always have a place in my heart for her little family. I wished her well, and that was the end of that. Or so I thought. By the way, we will never have an end to the amount of stories that you could listen to on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime. That's where you're going to find them all. There is a little bit more to the story.
Send her to the island.
Yeah, which one?
The one from Lost.
There you go. That's a good one to send her to.
Yeah.
She'll be real confused.
Yeah.
But anyway, that night, I get a Venmo from her because it was the only thing that she hadn't blocked me on. She sends me $6 and says, 10 years ago, I bought a coffee that started a beautiful friendship. Here's another $6 to buy another because this is the last crap you'll ever see from me. F you for dropping off my things with my in-laws and good riddance wherever the F it is you went. A few minutes later, I get another 99 cents and it says, stay away from my family. I literally...
Gotta love her sending a whole thing where it's like, and this is the last thing you'll ever get from me. And then she sends you another $1. She's like, I forgot to say, stay away from my family.
I literally can never tell that part of the story without laughing. Yeah, that's hilarious. So there's my story about the worst bridezilla I have ever personally encountered. To this day, if anything comes up that reminds us of Joyce, Rose quietly says, maybe we could send that to her and get a few more dollars. And that's the end of that story.